Welcome back, dude.
What are we supposed to? What are we doing?
We're gonna talk about the episode and whatever else. So you suggested surprisingly good episode for the title. I'm thinking just surprisingly good.
Okay, fine.
Short and simple.
Fine with
Surprisingly
me.
good. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Are
Look
you
at
doing
that
some
settle.
SEO stuff? Are you like researching like what's a good podcast title, or are you just trying to make your mark?
My fingers are 44 years old, and I try to minimize the number of keystrokes as possible. So keep things as short and simple as possible.
You could cut porn out.
I don't use keystrokes for that.
Ooh. You just use your mind and it just goes.
yes, it's all there. Welcome back, everybody. This is Last Call.
You still got a lot of dexterity in your left hand, anyway, right?
So. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, sure. Yeah. So we were talking about that. That was fun. That was good. It's clicking back and forth. We got to do an episode with we're all together again.
Well, wait, wasn't last week? Last week we were all together, weren't we?
No, I mean all in person.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, I know it. You guys were coming here, so it was really easy for me. Not as easy for you guys, but I just after 2-3 years of doing it this way now, I want to see what it's like when we have everybody in the same room around a table together talking. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Well, and how do we even do it? Do we like set up the mics and we all have our own laptop, or do we do it the same way we did before with like a mic in the middle?
Trust me, I've thought about this ad nauseum on how to like best do it. But what I finally came down to was this is a podcast first and a streaming show. The mic in the middle between the three of us and talking about it. Didn't mean to do that.
I was going to say, can you elaborate on the mic in the middle? No, thank you.
No one can see it. It's all good.
Not on camera, you know. Nobody can.
That'll be our show inside of the Convocation Center when we actually are all back together.
Yeah.
Do you think we could fill more people in the Convocation Center for the podcast than we could for a women's basketball game?
Do you want to have a live audience for our episode?
Yeah, live audience. Like, could we get enough people in there to surpass what we get for a women's basketball game?
I don't think so, but we could probably do all right.
Even if all our parents came.
What? Sorry.
Even if all of our parents came, because that's what's pretty much what you get at.
Oof. Yeah. Well, there are fewer of us, so
that's true. Yeah, I thought about that, but I was like, but we find ourselves incredibly funny. And I think if we were doing this exact same thing in front of an audience of even like a dozen people, we'd be like, why is no one laughing? We're being hilarious.
This is funny, y'all. Laugh.
Make me feel good about myself. I watch one late night show where they've got a small audience and the jokes fall flat all the time. And the only way to get people to laugh is to make fun of the fact that the jokes are falling flat. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what this would be. Look how stupid we are. I saw Adam Devine, the guy from Workaholics. And that's why he did his stand-up comedy. He would just say something and nothing, and he would just like hit the microphone against his chest, go, "I'm stupid," and I'm like, and then everyone would laugh over and over again.
What? That's not that funny.
It was after his shitty jokes he had. Like, that's actually no, it was fun. No, I'm kidding. That was actually a really good show. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Got a picture with him afterwards. Bought a shirt with his face on it.
We watch Workaholics when we want to not pay too much attention, but still laugh.
Yeah, I used to watch it like religiously. Like when that was it came out, like DVR recorded it, watched that show, and watched it the next day or whatever it was. I have no idea when it ended, but I know I did not finish watching the entire series.
It's very easy to binge. You can watch a couple episodes and just not even feel like you. I mean, you will feel like you didn't accomplish much.
Did you watch their movie they did? Those guys did?
Oh, yes. It's like a, God, what's the movie I'm thinking of?
It's kind of like a Die Hard.
Die Hard. It's like a Die Hard, yeah.
It's like a Die Hard with three guys, and yeah, they're caterers or whatever in some big, huge building, and yeah, that movie was surprisingly awesome. What was it? It
was solid for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong title. But I can see the movie in my head. It was hilarious. It was good.
Oh man, can we do Multiverse of Madness too? Because I watched it.
Oh, you finally saw it? Yeah. Did you actually go see it, or did you download it illegally on the
No,
internet?
I bootlegged it. I got a cam.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually have someone's like held their phone up or their camera up the entire
It was
time.
not great quality, which I really want to watch it in good quality anyway. Because the Doctor Strange, I mean, the first movie was like beautiful, and this one I imagine is not much different. But I thought Sam Raimi really was just like, you know what, we're gonna have Army of Darkness meets MCU, and it's gonna be amazing, and it was amazing.
Yeah, that's what I thought was funny about it is when they announced the movie, the original director who they had for it, writer director for it, I forget who it was, but they made a comment about this was going to be the first horror movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which kind of made sense because they've kind of been branching off and trying to have you can't just do the same cookie cutter superhero movie over and over again. It's like Ant-Man was like the heist movie, and they've kind of
Yeah.
done different stuff, whatever. Doctor Strange is that kind of like weird, magic-y type stuff.
Get
And
real
so
high before you watch it. Yeah.
right. And so this was gonna be the horror movie, and Kevin Feige, the guy that's in charge of all the MCU, kind of gives his like look like I'm not sure about this, and then that director ends up either quitting or leaving the project. So I'm like, oh no, will it not be a horror? And then they sign on Sam Raimi, and yeah, he delivered on what we were expecting to get out of the movie, and it like that specifically that once without giving any kind of spoilers with that specifically that one scene where Wanda like crawls out of the mirror dimension and like has like that Grudge or The Ring like almost like stop motion body movement
Oh,
type thing.
I was gonna say the very first dream walking sequence,
Okay.
where she's like looking in the mirror and then crazy things start happening is like straight out of Evil Dead 1. I mean, it is like frame for frame Evil Dead, and it's
I didn't
awesome.
There's one thing that's always consistent in Sam Raimi movies is Bruce Campbell getting his
Hitting himself. Yeah.
I did not realize while watching the movie that pizza guy was Bruce Campbell. It was not till the after credit scene that I realized who it was.
I heard there was a cameo that as like a Evil Dead fan I would appreciate, and so I was looking for it. I
Yeah.
might not have caught it.
Right. Did you catch the Thor Love and Thunder trailer that dropped today? Or last night, technically last night.
Only some of the clips, like everyone's freaking out about the whole like Zeus like ripping his clothes off.
Yeah. It looks like another Taika Waititi awesome, hilarious, fun movie. So I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it.
What you call it? The last Thor was really good.
Ragnarok, yeah. And
we
have Obi-Wan tomorrow.
Oh,
and
no, it's not. It's Friday.
It's Wednesday, isn't it? It's 2 episodes tomorrow.
I think I just looked at it not very long ago and it said Friday.
It's on my calendar for tomorrow. 2 episodes. You get 2 episodes.
I'm gonna be traveling, man. I might have to watch it from a hotel room.
And then Miss Marvel in like 2 weeks starts up.
Yeah.
Which honestly, out of all the Disney Plus Marvel shows that have come out, I'm probably I'm looking forward to it because it's another comic book show, but I know nothing about Miss Marvel, and the trailer did not get me super pumped for it. She-Hulk trailer got me super pumped.
Looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried playing the there's like an Avengers video game that features Miss Marvel, and it was kind of cool. It's very repetitive, so the gameplay is like not great. It seemed like a cookie cutter game just to like make some money off the Avengers name.
A button masher.
Yeah, but Miss Marvel is like kind of fleshed out there, and but it sounds like they're not actually going to take a lot of her regular story. They're just sort of like doing whatever the hell they want with her.
Yeah, she was kind of a cross between Reed Richards and Green Lantern a little, and they were kind of going more Green Lantern with it.
Or yeah, and it's supposed to be like she was like experimented on with Terrigen gas, and
yeah, I think she's supposed to be an Inhuman in the
exactly
in the comics, where she's now going to be getting some like gauntlets or some.
Oh my God, Black Bolt
bracelets,
so cool.
Oh, and Multiverse of Madness, yeah,
it's so cool. I was like, what just happened? What did I just watch? That was so gruesome. That whole scene too was just excellent.
Yeah. Why couldn't we have put that Wanda up against Thanos in Infinity War? Because we would have never had the blip or anything.
I was a little frustrated with like that Wanda, like it didn't make a lot of sense to me, like her fighting other people, where I was just like, why is she holding back? Like all of a sudden, like she's a god, and I don't know why she's holding back. And
well, they made the comment, even in Infinity War when she was like back, like just chillaxing with a Vision, and then she finally comes out to start fighting, and I think it was Okoye or one of the Wakandans are kind of like, why has she been up there the entire time? I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
She didn't know she didn't know the strength of her power until she was on a 1950s sitcom. That's what really gave her
Such a good
her
show too,
edge.
man. I know. I think you didn't like it, right?
WandaVision loved it. Oh, loved
Okay.
it.
All right, cool. Yeah,
It's
WandaVision's
up
great.
there. If you try to get me to rank the Disney Plus shows, WandaVision, I put it right up there with the best of them. We only had a
Yeah.
few so far, and they've been great. I mean, Falcon Winter Soldier is probably the one that drops to the bottom. I have expectations of Miss Marvel being the new bottom dweller, but
I had a lot of libertarian goodness coming from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So
yeah, but from the bad guys, right? From the Flag
no,
Smashers.
nope, not at all, not one bit.
Mm.
I did a whole podcast episode about all of the different pieces of it that really resonated with me.
That was the one libertarian podcast you did not invite me onto. Well, to be fair, you did not invite
It
me on
still
any
is
of
like the
them.
best one we did. It still gets like every week like 10 listens.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll send it to you.
And I will not listen to it.
Oh, come on.
I don't listen to podcasts anymore. I don't travel. My commute is from my bedroom to the office.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just did a final interview today with some place that's 100% remote, and I'm
Nice.
feeling good about it.
Excellent. Hopefully, none of your coworkers or your bosses listen to this.
I put them down as references. So.
References. Excellent.
Like seriously, my boss has hinted at me now multiple times, like just yeah, I pretty much just assume that everybody's looking for a new job. And I'm like, every time I just stay quiet. But yeah,
that means that he's looking for a new job.
But yeah.
Cheap, or yeah. I went with it. I went with the total I don't know what it's called. That whole
Sexist?
I see things sexist. Yeah, sexist. Yeah, I went the whole sexist route and just assumed that all bosses. I mean, even though I guess my boss is a man, but like he doesn't. It's org chart only. The person who assigns me all my work and that all my work goes through is a woman, and the person I work most closely with is a woman. But yeah, I just assume he's when it comes to bosses because I'm that guy.
It happens.
But I've got 2 daughters, so I'm not that
Hopefully
sexist.
they're bosses someday.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully they respect their male bosses at some point in their lives
Someday.
when they're old enough. Yeah. All right, ready to call it quits on this, man?
I think we're probably there. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and stick around for State of Marvel, the new podcast coming out from Ryan and me every week after the episodes of Disney Plus.
Star Wars and Marvel.
Star Wars and Marvel. State of Disney. No, I don't want to say of Disney. That sounds horrible. State of Plus.
No. Star Wars and Marvel.
Star Wars and Marvel. Yeah. Although, did you watch the Rescue Rangers show on Disney Plus?
I didn't, but I will. I hear it is a multiverse as well.
Well, it's basically a modern day Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Well, I'm down. I mean, the regular Who Framed Roger Rabbit's amazing. So
yeah, I watched it, and I think I was just getting too old for the afternoon cartoons when Rescue Rangers was on back in the 80s, but I really, really loved Rescue Rangers and still remember the theme song and everything. So when it came out on Friday, my daughters, I'm like, sit down and you're watching this show with me, and they're kind of like all over the place, and I'm pausing it when they're talking so I can watch the movie because I want to see the movie.
Theme song?
It's in there.
Chip and Dale's
Rescue Rangers.
See, you couldn't just leave it.
I couldn't. Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks.
Oh wow, you know way more than I do.
Yeah, no, it's a good show because the whole concept is it's not a sequel or anything to Chip and Dale to Rescue Rangers. It was Chip and Dale were actors on a cartoon in the 80s, and they've gone their separate ways over the past 30 years, and it picks up
chipmunks over 30 years.
Yes, it's they're cartoon chipmunks.
Right. Fair.
So yeah, it's really good. We would have talked about that on our State of Star Wars Marvel Wars.
I'll watch it with Izzy when I get back. It's on the list.
Good.
That and Sonic 2.
I still haven't seen Sonic 1.
Oh, it's not bad, man.
I've heard it's decent. I've heard it's worth watching. I was a Nintendo kid, not a Sega kid, so I had a little bit
Me
of a
too.
bias towards it. But I heard it's actually pretty good. I heard it's worth watching. Someone said it's Jim Carrey's best movie.
I mean, Jim Carrey might have said it's Jim Carrey's best movie.
Alrighty then. Well,
Of course,
well, go ahead.
he never watched The Mask, so
That was Cameron Diaz in that movie, the hot female lead,
I believe that's
and
true.
yeah, and I was just kind of like everything that Cameron Diaz has done since then. I'm kind of I remind myself, I'm like, you got started in The Mask, and it's just
Was she started there? I thought she was like a child star.
oh, I don't know. I make up everything I say.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It actually works out generally until people challenge you, and fewer people challenge you if you say it with some authority.
If you say it with enough conviction, people will just
Yeah.
say that assume that you're right, and
Yeah,
assume
they're
that
like, you know, I'm not 100% sure on this, so I'm not going to say anything. But me, I'm a bullshitter too, so I'll just challenge it just out of hand, even if I don't know to challenge it. I'm just like, I'm there.
yeah. Well, you just challenge just out of just for fun to challenge.
Yeah. I know.
Your
That's right.
video is completely not linked up with your audio right now, so it's
Oh no.
messing me up big time. You're very animated when like not talking.
That's
All
fine.
right, we're done. I think third time's a charm on cancel this one. Talk to you guys next week.
Bye.